Good evening, Newarkers. It is a pleasure to be here with you tonight or today at Essex County Donald M. Payne Senior School of Technology, home of some of the most talented and innovative students in our city. I am your West Ward Councilman, Mr. Dupre Do It All Kelly, and this is Out Loud, right here on Channel 78 here in Newark, and you can catch us on YouTube.
Everybody, politics, everybody, community, everybody, economic, everybody, public safety. Let me hear you out loud. 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 Out loud. Politics, out loud. Community, out loud. Economics, out loud. Public safety, out loud. Out loud. Out loud. Out loud. Out loud. Let me hear you out loud.
From North New Jersey, with your host, Dupre Kelly.
We are assisted today by students from the television and film department as we gather for our 7th episode. Wow, 7 already. And it's called, Are You Willing? I invite you to reflect upon a powerful quote by American entrepreneur and author, Mr. Elon Musk. He said, if something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Newark, we know that our city and our community are important to us. In fact, we all want it to thrive, right? But the question I ask you, are you willing to take the necessary actions to make that happen? How do you, or how do we, impact and assist with public safety in our communities? What does policing our own communities really look like? What do activities for our seniors look like? And are we willing to influence the unemployed to get jobs or create employment? How often and how do you include our youth in decision making for our communities? You know, being willing means being ready, being prepared, and being eager to take on the challenges that come with bettering our city and community. Simply wanting change is not enough. Anything that I have ever wanted in my life, whether it was getting ready for something in the entertainment business or if it was something in politics, I always had to educate myself. Then surround myself with the tools that will help me activate my willingness. You see, we have to roll up our sleeves and work together in our communities to find the common goal. So I ask you all to join me as we activate our willingness to better our great city of Newark, New Jersey. We have to listen and learn and grow together as we work towards creating a better Newark for generations to come. What's hot on the block is next. And that's where we talk about the things happening in the West Ward and in and around the rest of the city. Next, we will hear from the beautiful Miss Edna Rashid and the most handsome guy, Mr. Marvin Villette. And they're right out of my office, the West Ward Councilman's office. I want to say what's up to the band first, though. Mr. 10th grader, Mr. Zion on keyboards, Mr. Dillard on that beatbox. That's what I call that percussion over there. You know, he's in the 9th grade. But what's up, Miss Edna?
Heal America is what's up, Councilman. Heal America is an organization that's committed to fight racial injustice with love and redemption. Heal America is actually what's up. It's about education and liberation. You might ask, what does that mean? Heal America has a simulation program that you councilmen participated in. It's an opportunity for us residents to actually get an opportunity to experience what a Newark Police Department employee would feel. So that's what's up, and I think that your experience most recently really shows what Heal America is all about.
That's right. That's right, man. I mean, we had a great time with Heal America with a program called Switch. Myself, DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club in New York City, to my brother, Mr. Redman, Newark's own. What we did was we switched roles with the police, and to see the perspective of the police and from, you know, the regular citizens, how would they react in those situations? And when I tell you, you can check it out on YouTube, Heal America. It's called Switch. It's amazing. I have a different perspective and understanding for the police. Mr. Marvin Vallette.
Yes, Councilman. How's it going?
Man, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, what else that's hot on the block? The Westward Lords. The Westward Lords with another win this weekend. They win street. They about to make a playoff run.
Wait a minute, though. They win too much, then that means too many pizza parties that I have to buy.
Yes, you did say you were going to give them pizza for every win.
Yeah. So they had the home run derby this past weekend as well. You know, and I love doing this for our children, our youth, because it's not just for them. I love to see the smiles on the family faces as well, on the parents' face, and just to see their child doing well and starting to progress in something that's active, that keeps them healthy, that teaches them hand and eye coordination. And then being part of a team and having a coach there to direct and instruct, it's just a beautiful thing for our Little League, our Westward Lords. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate them, man, because, you know, I thought I was going to be a New York Yankee, but that never happened. You know, but thank you, man. They're an amazing team.
And what else is hot on the block? We got we kicked off last week the Cyphers on the Corner, right on Alexander Street and 18th Avenue.
Yeah, shout out to the Brick City Peace Collective. Shout out to the Office of Violence and Prevention. I want to send a rest in peace to Toya from 18th Avenue and Alexander and, you know, West End, that entire area. We've had some issues over there that we're dealing with. And Cypher Corners, we wanted to, the negative things that you see on the corner, we wanted to bring positive things from the same people who live around that area. See, everybody's not bad. Everybody is not negative. So we wanted to dig deep into them, to the talents that they already have. I call it transferable skill sets. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to bring that to the same corners that they had problems with, and let them interact with the community in a safe space. We blocked off the block. We had police out there, but the police were not the focus. They were in the background. The community was the focus. The people got to express themselves through their talents. They got to say poems and say rhymes, and it was a beautiful day that day. And I'm thankful to the city of Newark, Brick City Peace Collective once again, Office of Violence and Prevention, our Mayor Raz J. Baraka, and everybody who played a part, man. So I thank them for that.
It was a great experience.
Definitely, definitely. I appreciate that. So look, next up, guys, come with me. I want to sit on the couch and have a conversation about willingness with one of, not just my friends, not just my brother, but one of the most underrated, I believe, great actors that's in our community, that's in the industry, Mr. Tobias Truvillion. What up, Toe?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man?
In the studio looks great.
Oh, man, thank you. Sit down, man. Sit down with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My mic.
Ah, yeah, put that mic on, man. I like the shirt, too.
Thank you.
You got the feather jumping off?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, I got the regular pocket square, but I'll get there one day. Hey, man, how do you like the Don Payne Tech Studio?
I love it. Looks great, man. Students are doing their thing.
Yeah, man, and that's important, right? It's important to have the youth build and teach them what's going on, because they're the next generation, man. They're the ones who's going to be running this whole thing.
Absolutely, I'm proud of them.
I just thank Don Payne Tech for allowing us to actually shoot out loud in here. But we're gonna get right to it, man. Like, man, first of all, man, I love you as my brother. I think as men we don't say that enough to each other, and I just want the world to know that I love you as my brother, man.
Absolutely, I love you too.
You're a great dude. But I've seen your grind. I've seen you. I've seen when people don't realize that you were on the stories at first. What is it?
One Life to
One
Live.
Life to Live. And you did so many different independent movies that I love. But more importantly than all of the movies that you do, Mr. Tobias, Mr. Trevelyan, is I see you before you had an agent. Create your own pictures, create your own story, and send it out to certain jobs.
Absolutely.
When we speak about willingness, about being prepared and being ready and being eager, how does that play a part into who you have become as one of our premier actors in the field of acting in movies and television today?
Yeah, willingness. Wow. That's a powerful word. I think there's some root in there with desire, passion, dedication, having the courage to kind of move forward into the unknown. You gotta have the willingness to do so. I tell people, like, whatever you want wants you. So you have to kind of understand whatever you desire, whatever you're trying to move forward to, that idea, that goal, it wants you too, but you have to meet it. You have to be accountable. I think a lot of the gigs that I've gotten, a lot of the jobs that I've done, maybe I might have been the best talented or whatever, but I always was accountable. I always showed up, and there was a willingness in myself to move forward. Even coming out of the neighborhoods that I grew up in, and not just falling into the pattern that everyone else was saying that, okay, this is what it is and this is all going to be, and you have to be a victim of circumstances or a product of your environment. And I had a willingness to say, nah, this is not, it's not enough. It's not enough. So I think willingness always goes deep down into a self-love place, a place of courage, a place of faith. I think all of these ingredients help describe and give definition to what willingness is. Those were the things that really moved me. It was always having that strong faith and having an idea that was bigger than me, and being able to understand that you have to go forward. These things aren't going to come to you. You have to go towards it. So willingness is an idea that your dream, your thought process, that love, that passion, it is yours. It's something that belongs to you.
I like that, right? And when I hear you talk about that, when I hear you talk about passion, and I hear you talk about dedication, it brings me in mind to think about being ready. Like, name some of the movies that the audience might know. What are some of the things?
I mean, we all love the Queen Latifah. Shout out to
the Queen and Shakim and them, man.
Equalizer. There's a sanctioned evil film that's out on Prime and Tubi right now, and Equal Standard. Hitch.
Oh man, shout out to Equal Standards, man. Rest
Brooklyn's
in peace.
Finest.
Oh, Brooklyn Finest, definitely.
Tested. It goes on and on and on.
But so I ask you that because when you talk about going into the unknown or getting ready, right? Getting ready for something that you're unaware of. What is that like? Because that's part of willingness, right? Being ready for something that you don't even know what to expect. Yeah. Like, how do you get ready for the unexpected?
Yeah, I think it's always going to boil down to your faith. Boil down to your faith, understanding what your goals are, understanding that, life moves in the unknown space. You can't be in your comfort zone. You have to get out of the comfort zone. You have to be the agitator in your life. You have to be the oscillator. You got to move things. You have to, shake it up.
But that's what I'm saying. So how do you prepare for that?
Faith.
Just faith.
It's faith.
Huh?
Yeah, it's knowing that, I'm God's child. My prayer, how I prepare myself mentally, how I prepare myself physically.
There you go.
The people that I keep around me, you being one, we always keep each other sharp.
That's fact.
We have an idea, when things aren't up to par, we check each other. We say, hey, listen, what's going on here, and we adjust. So
he just checked me the other day too, y'all. He told me to get back in the gym. Yeah, and I said, he might got a little point there. So.
Yeah. So being accountable, having the right people around you, having vision, and having a creative fortitude to make your vision come to life.
Right.
You've done that time and time again. That's a special gift. That's a willingness. That's something that you have to take out of your mind, and you have to make it tangible to the world. You have to make it so that we can see it. It's not good enough to just be in your heart and in your mind. So that willingness, I just goes back down into a faith, innately who you are. What is your identity,
So with all that being said, I think those were great answers. How is eagerness or being eager connected to willingness?
Ooh, eager. I mean, there's a desire. When you think of eager, there's a wanting to change. There's something that wants to change. I'm eager for something because where you are, your circumstances or what you're seeing is not it. It's not fulfilling you. It's not giving you the taste that you're looking for. So there's an eager thing to be who you really are. There's an eagerness to develop into your full being. There's an eagerness inside innately saying, I'm better than this. I'm more than this. I got to be more expansive. So that eagerness, I think that plays into that divine connection, into that divine right of who you are, because it's playing over and over again. And you know that there's something better. You know that there's something special you're supposed to give to the world. There's something that you're supposed to do for the world, and you're thinking about it. So that gives you the eagerness to move forward. That gives you the desire to be willing.
So, we've heard people say a lot of times, there's willpower. You have to have that willpower, and that's associated with willingness too. So the youth out there who love your movies, seen you on television, and what was it, Sisters, and
Sisters,
all of those
all
type
of
of
them,
movies, and I've been with you in supermarkets, and people say, hey, that's the guy from, and what would you tell those people who actually follow you, even on social media platforms? What would you tell them about willpower and willingness?
Yeah, like I said, man, it goes down to your faith. It really boils down to, I have a brand called True to Your Core.
That's right.
And True to the Core is just that simple. If you remain true to yourself first, before you do anything for anyone else, the answers are there. The answers are all internal. The idea, we always get confused because we try to outsource who we are. We're trying to fit into something. Whereas your superpower is really just you.
Wow.
You as you are is enough. Man. You just have to constantly work on yourself so that you can become the truest version of who you are. And when you do that, the willingness is there because you are the seed. Just like the seed has been put in, a lot of times we look at it and people think you're being buried. You're not being buried, you're being planted. So as the leaf breaks through and as the branch becomes stronger, and then the branches come out and the leaves and then the fruit, that's being expansive, that's being willing.
To all my seniors out there, we call this bars. When you spit those seeds, and you plant those seeds, we call those bars. Man. And I thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming out. I just wanted people to see you, hear you, and see what you had to say about willingness today,
absolutely,
man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming out. Zion, Mr. Dillard, play some great music for my brother. My brother, right. Take care. People, he said the answer is eternal, and it's internal. It's eternal and it's internal. It's already in you. So now we're going to go to something which is one of my favorite segments, and it's called Heat Check. It's up next. And this is where we talk about the things that are heating up in our community and in our city. And we're going to go back to the beautiful Miss Edna Rashid and the handsome fellow over there. See, I made my voice deeper when I said that. The handsome fellow over there, Mr. Marvin Villette. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Marv, what's going on, man?
We good. What's heating up in our city? We got the Newark Film Festival.
Newark. You see how he said it? The N-O-R-K. Newark. We got that Newark Film Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kenny Gifford, who's been doing the Newark International Film Festival for so long. And he has been making great strides for our city. I'm hearing that we got Lionsgate coming down there in the South Ward, along with Tyler Perry might be putting a studio over there. And if you drive down that South Ward corridor, and I know we're in the West Ward, but if you drive down that South Ward corridor, it really changes the landscape of Freeland Heights and Avenue and our South Ward. And if it changes the South Ward, it changes our city, you know? Definitely. So shout out to Kenny Gifford and the Newark International Film Festival. Miss Edna Rashid, how's it going over there, Miss Edna?
It's going wonderful. You know, I was so inspired by Tobias, my brother, because he really talked to the epitome of what it is all about. And the film festival, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that people understand that it's an opportunity for us to come out and highlight our, to go to workshops and exhibitions, and they have the pitch opportunity. So being ready and expressing that. So I thought that was important.
Miss Edna, special question for you, right? Because you work with affirmative action as well, right?
That's correct.
What does this do for the jobs and employment in our city of Newark?
It increases the opportunity for our people in Newark of all races, age, gender, to find meaningful employment. And not only to have meaningful employment, but it gives us an opportunity to start a career path, if we wish. And so that's what Newark is all about right now. Not just finding an opportunity for you to get a job, but to give you an opportunity to start a career and become your own entrepreneur if that's what you want to do. So the sky's the limit, and it's an excellent opportunity to go into the film industries, and that's the epitome of what the film festival is all about.
Nice. Thank you, guys. That was amazing heat check. If you need to reach out to us, 973-733-6427. That's our office for all your issues, your concerns. Give us a call. And on that note, take a walk with me. If you've been following this show, you know that we give a different perspective on community, governance, and politics. We tackle these topics head on with honesty and conviction. Today, we dove deep into the concept of willingness. What does it mean to be willing? How can we activate our willingness? And most importantly, what is at stake if we don't? As Newark residents, we all want to see our city thrive. We want to see the change, but change is not enough to make a real impact without being ready, being prepared, and being eager. We talked about rolling up our sleeves today and the hard work to better ourselves that will eventually better our neighborhood. Whatever the pressing issues are in our community, You have to be willing to approach them with a positive, progressive point of view. Are you willing? Are you willing to ensure that our singers get the support and the care that they need? If so, that's the same willingness that has to empower our young people so we can give them a voice in shaping their own futures. We have to ask ourselves these tough questions. Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to make a difference? Are you willing to put in the time and effort necessary to create real change? I am willing. I just pray that you're willing to work together with your neighbors, nonprofits, activists, and elected officials. I will definitely take Newark residents working, able, and who are willing. I am Councilman of the West Ward, Mr. Dupre. Do it all, Kelly.